Yo, what's going on, beautiful people? The Black Hokage here, aka TBH, and to be honest, the kid almost lost faith in Marvel games. But before we get into that, friendly reminder for the month of January 2022, I am giving away a free Xbox Series S. This is the brand new console, and also I'm giving away 3 months of Game Pass that'll come with that Xbox. So if you want to win it, all you gotta do is pause this video and tap the link in the description box below to enter the giveaway. Good luck to everybody who enters the giveaway. Now let's talk Marvel. I'm a what have you done for me lately type of guy. And since us gamers are coming fresh off the heels of that disaster from Crystal Dynamics known as the Avengers, faith was low. To add insult to injury, they recently released some uninspired Spider-Man DLC that was exclusive to the PlayStation version that left fans further upset. And then there's Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, the topic of today's conversation. Now, initially I slandered this game to hell and back on stream. The reason being is because this game stumbled out the gate during its announcement. Initial footage showcased Star-Lord zipping around with his little pea shooters with a choppy frame rate. Then it was revealed not only was this not a co-op experience, but you didn't have control of the other Guardians in this adventure. And last but not least, the last little bit of salt in the wound was that the Guardians wouldn't be voiced by their MCU counterpart. Now, to some of you might have not cared, but when you think about it, I think it would have been a nice little touch that added a sense of familiarity for those who are already kind of on the fence about this game. Now, both the Avengers and the Guardians were both published by Square Enix, but what these two games prove is who handles the production is what truly matters. Guardians was produced by Eidos Montreal, the same studio behind Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, a game released in 2016 that was amazing but didn't sell well, and you should support if you're looking for a cheap game. But and also I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I would just like to see a sequel, but the problem is Square put this series on the back burner. They put it on ice because of the sales, so support Deus Ex. But you didn't click on this video to be sold on Eidos Montreal's previous work. You clicked because you saw Guardians of the Galaxy in the title, so let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to report that this game is surprisingly awesome. Dare I say, this is one of my favorite games of 2021, and if you've been asleep on it, it's time I wake you up. Guardians of the Galaxy is a linear action adventure title with an original storyline. The title clearly takes place in the early days of the Guardians' adventures. Their constant banter constantly drops clues that they're still getting to know one another in this Marvel timeline. This is a dialogue-heavy game. It didn't bother me too much because the gang is known for their witty banter, so it's right on brand, but I do bring it up because some of you might not be aware of that, and I just wanted you to be prepared. The dialogue only became an issue when cutscenes would play. Sometimes you'd be walking and talking, and then you'd make it to the next area where a main cutscene would play, and the dialogue from the random banter would overlap with the cutscene, and then you would miss some things from the actual game. That being said, it didn't happen a lot, and I'm also happy to report that not only is this dialogue funny and intriguing, but the main cutscenes never felt like they overstayed their welcome. The icing on the cake is this game provides dialogue options, and you know, as a Mass Effect fanboy, you know I always welcome dialogue trees. Some choices mattered and some didn't, but either way, I always prefer this method of storytelling because when the gameplay winds down, at least you still get to engage with the story aspect of the game. And at the end of the day, I play games for gameplay first, so I love when a game finds a way to engage the player. Well, except when a game has QTEs, which this game does have, by the way. But hey, at least this game is easy on the eyes, right? Moving on to gameplay, allow me to ask you a question. What do you get if Final Fantasy VII Remake had a baby with Mass Effect? Give up? The answer is a game that's not as good as the previous two titles that I just named, but something that's solid in its own right. Guardians plays like Final Fantasy VII's remake if you were only in control of Cloud. In this game, you only control Star-Lord. His base weapon attack is his laser gun that's complemented by having control over your teammates' abilities. Each person on the team gets 4 special abilities, and you must mix and match them against the right enemy types in the right time to be efficient in combat. Some heroes deal AoEs, some are great at breaking down armor, others are great at doing heavy damage to one person, plus Star-Lord's lasers have elemental ammo used to take advantage of certain enemies' weaknesses. The better you play, the quicker your heroes will level up, seeing as there's a scoring system that shows you how you did at the end of each combat section. Pull off some big combos, and once the meter fills up, you'll get a skill point. You can also increase your power via upgrades. Materials are riddled throughout the game and can be used to purchase new perks and upgrades like faster reloading or increased weapon velocity when your health is low. There's even a morale boosting mechanic in the game where once you fill up a meter, a cutscene will play. It'll give you some dialogue options, and you use those to cheer up your teammates, which in turn gives them a boost in power. Choose the right dialogue option and all heroes will be inspired, but choose the wrong one and only certain ones will be inspired. This was cool at first, but after a while I found it to be a bit annoying just because the scenes overstate their welcome. The speeches you give also, they start to repeat themselves by mid-game. It would have been nice to see more variety. It's a cool concept that I haven't seen in a game before, but it could have used better execution. All in all though, combat has a solid ebb and flow to it, and I found myself having a lot of fun once I fully understood the mechanics. And abilities weren't just used for combat either. At certain points of the game, it does slow down, and they provide elemental puzzles. Now, none of them were hard, but it was a nice change of pace to be able to utilize each teammate in a different way. Rocket is great for moving into small areas, Groot and Gamora help you get into high places, and Drax, well, he can move heavy objects because he's super strong. You're gonna want to explore too, because not only are these abilities used to move the narrative forward, but also because the game has collectibles. The game is fairly linear, but there's just enough wiggle room in the environments to provide a small amount of exploration. And you'll want to explore too, because exploring leads to finding alternate outfits for your heroes and materials for upgrades. I love the attention to detail here. Whatever outfit you wear appears in the cutscenes. Couple that with the fact that this game's storyline is riddled with cameos and references from the greater Marvel universe, and I just don't see how any comic book fan won't be cheesing. And since we're back to talking about the narrative, do you know what else will make you smile? The way this story is told. At the end of every main quest, take your time and explore the ship. Talk to your teammates and you'll learn a lot about them. And this is where the Mass Effect influence comes into play. Guardians even has a spin on the loyalty missions. Technically, there are none in this game, but each hero has a moment at one point in the main story where it's all about them, and then they gain their ultimate ability once you complete it. I thought it was a nice spin on the loyalty mission format that kept the story pushing it forward. Plus, once again, these aren't missions that you have to unlock via dialogue, then you agree to do them. It's just a part of the main game, so you can't miss these great moments. To set the tone for all this is the game's soundtrack. This is Guardians of the Galaxy, so if you've seen the movies but haven't played the games, then you should have an idea of what the vibe they got going here. This game has an amazing OST with licensed music from Motley Crue, Billy Idol, Def Leppard, Flock of Seagulls, New Kids on the Block, and more. So trust me, you'll be bobbing your head through the game's entire playthrough. But check it out, content creators, there's something for you as well. If you want to stream the game or produce a Let's Play, know that there is a streamer mode that you can turn on in the options. If you turn this on, the game will play an original soundtrack with copyright-free music, and it's legit not that bad. I played half of this game on and off of streamer mode, and when I had streamer mode on, I caught myself, I was still vibing. The music was cool. I know this mode doesn't mean much to most people, but I have to praise Adios Montreal for going above and beyond and taking into consideration today's current creator market. There are other games that have streamer mode, but this game hands down has done it best so far for the simple fact that they included that bonus original soundtrack. Other streamer modes just mute the original OST and you're stuck playing a game in silence, which is boring. So all my content creators out there, don't be afraid to use its streamer mode. Now, it's not all sunshine and farts. I managed to weave in a few of my negatives into the conversation earlier, but I do have a few more. I would just like to put an emphasis on these negatives. They're just me nitpicking, okay? The first of which is the platforming in this game. I grew up in the school of Mario, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, and Jak and Daxter, so I have to point to the platforming in this game being pretty janky. It's weird too because Star-Lord, he has these rocket boots, but he struggles to jump and grab onto ledges. The animations of him jumping from point A to B are just straight stiff. I need my hero to be poised if he's gonna be doing some platforming. Okay. Also know the start of this game is a bit slow. The first couple hours is just a lot of dialogue, walking, cutscenes, and basic shooting. I'm not gonna lie, I almost uninstalled this game, but my Twitch chat convinced me to stick with it, and I'm glad I did. Once you start to unlock your team's abilities, the gameplay and storyline really picks up. You just gotta be patient with it, y'all. And last but not least, know this game does suffer from bugs and performance issues. Towards the end of the game, the frame rate started to chug. It even locked up on me one time. I had a couple issues with clipping through the environment and sections not loading. But the good news is checkpoints are constantly given, so all I had to do was reboot my last area and it wouldn't set me back too far. And they're constantly patching this game, but I'm not upset at anyone who would rather just wait a little bit for them to patch it further. But me personally, I see no reason to wait. In my humble opinion, Guardians of the Galaxy is the dark horse of 2021. Its announcement came out of nowhere. There wasn't much marketing upon its release and the gaming community didn't pay it much mind. But if you ask anyone who's played this game, including me, this is one of the best games of 2021. And because of that, this is an easy recommendation. So if you're in the market for a new game, I encourage you to pick it up. Guardians of the Galaxy is available right now on PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, S, and the One, plus the Nintendo Switch. Is on every goddamn thing but the Ouya. If you plan on picking the game up, consider using my Amazon affiliate link in the description box below. This video is not sponsored by Amazon, but if you do use my affiliate link, you get the game that you were already going to buy, and I get paid a small commission, so help a brother out by using my Amazon affiliate link in the description box below. Also, feel free to hit the like button. No matter of fact, goddamn it, hit the like button. I need this, okay? My channel needs it. Share your thoughts if you played the game in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.